At 300 kilometers, most max cushion shoes start to die. 300 kilometers in, and I just don't want to take these off. But here's the real question: are they actually holding up, or am I just emotionally attached to them and wearing them because I like them? Because anything we spend our hard-earned money on needs to last. There are so many things that, especially shoes these days, that don't last very long and they just become throwaway. I like a pair of shoes to last. This is the Puma MAGMAX Nitro, and it's now hit over 300 kilometers, probably closer to 350 kilometers as I film this. Bought for my distance sessions and recovery sessions. However, I've been wearing these for almost all non-trail runs during this training block. So how are they performing? I've now passed 300 kilometers, as I said. Let's have a good look at how they're holding up. This has been one of my favorite shoes of all time, and I've been wearing it so much, considering I've still got a pair of Asics Nimbus Gel in the box, which I haven't even worn yet. So let's have a look at the wear and tear on this shoe and where it is at the moment. The upper, you normally start to see some getting tattered at about the 250 kilometer mark. At 300 kilometers plus, you can see here, there's no signs of any snagging or fraying around the upper. The heel cuff, it's still nice and snug, and no sign of any internal wear where the heel slips in and out. It's holding up great, and it remains a very comfortable upper. As you can see, the midsole and the Nitro foam on the shoe is holding up very well. This is where most max stack shoes start to break down. You'll start to see a lot of breakdown and creases in here. You can see a couple of creases, but they're not major, and it's still holding up really well, considering I'm a really heavy runner. The thing is really springy still, so I'm happy with that. An example of that is a recent long run I did. I did 30 kilometers in them the other day, and was comfortable for the whole run. That comfort has been really good, and that's someone like me. I suffer a lot with ankle problems, plantar fasciitis problems, and this shoe has really looked after my feet, even on the really long runs. If I am being picky, they're not the lightest shoe in the world. You can tell more as the distance goes up and your long runs. You can tell they're not a light shoe. And you feel that as well if you try to push the pace a bit. If you're a sort of person that likes to do some intervals in the long run, this maybe isn't a shoe for you. But for me, perfect, because I'm not that sort of person. The outsole, you can see the orange is starting to fade a little bit, but that's just the surface colour. You can see a little bit of wear and tear where I tore off. But again, there's still loads of grip left on this. This is, you know, when you're running like on cycle paths and that with loose gravel across the winter like I've been training, it really, really holds the ground well. But looking forward, will I continue to use them? For me, I think it's a yes. I genuinely think that these shoes could be a rare unicorn type shoe that'll hit 1,000 kilometers. If they do, I'll do a full 1,000 kilometer autopsy and look back on how they've performed across that mega distance for a running shoe. Tell me, are you someone of these that religiously retires all your shoes at 500 kilometers, 300 miles? Or do you try and get the most out of them and wear them until you start getting niggles? Comment down below and let us know. So as you can guess, for now, these are still going to remain my go-to shoe. Although I might be getting the Asics out and using them in a bit of a rotation, I intend to get my money's worth out of this shoe. My biggest problem though is, do I buy another pair of these? So I've got them because I like them so much, or do I risk it and go for the version 2s? You tell me, have you tried the version 2s and the version 1s of these shoes? Are the version 2s good, or are they better? Let me know. Will I be disappointed, in other words? Overall, these shoes have blown us away. I love them. Even at 300 kilometers, wait, nearly 350 kilometers. These shoes are showing they are robust, they're still comfortable, and they still fit the long run shoe requirement that I had. So this is a perfect shoe for where I am in my training at the moment, training for ultras. It's that time of year for me. As I said, 350k in, and these are still my go-to. The real test now is, will I get to the 1,000? Watch this space. If you like this video, those boffins at YouTube think you'll like this one. Take a look, and thanks for watching.